Ready to travel the world in 6 minutes? Here are 10 cities you must visit before you die. I'm Joseph, and today I'm racing through the places that actually changed my life, the streets, the sounds and sunsets that rewired the way I see the world. This is fast, this is heartfelt, and it's gonna move you. I'm setting a 6-minute pace, so expect high energy, big moments, and one unforgettable top pick at the end. Don't blink. Stay with me through every city because I promise the last one made me completely rethink what home means. Let's go. We've only got 6 minutes and 10 cities to cover. I landed in Rio and the air felt like a drumbeat. Warm, bright, impossible to ignore. Sugarloaf towered above Christ the Redeemer watched over the city. Copacabana spilled into the ocean. Ipanema spilled into the ocean, golden and endless, and I walked barefoot, grinning. Carnival energy hits you in the chest. Music, sequins, strangers who feel like old friends. At sunset, the city lit up and the skyline reflected in the water like a promise. I found rooftop bars where the views made every drink taste like celebration. The nightlife pulsed with samba and laughter that dragged me into the streets until dawn. I left Rio with salt in my hair and courage in my step. I remember stepping from Europe into Asia without even noticing the scene. Hagia Sophia hit me first. Domes, mosaics, a silence that held centuries of stories. The bazaars smelled of spices, leather, sweets. My hands couldn't stop reaching for treasures. Every alley offered a taste of history layered like pastry. Byzantine, Ottoman, modern. Tea vendors served warmth in tiny glasses and strangers invited me to sit and talk. I wandered through mosques and markets, feeling the pull of a city that holds two worlds. Istanbul taught me how places can be bridges, not borders, in the easiest way possible. I left with new words, new flavors, and a heart full of layered memories. Dubai felt like stepping into tomorrow. Shiny glass towers, impossible skylines. The Burj Khalifa punched through the sky. I stood tiny and thrilled at its base. Gleaming malls, sand-blown souks where bargains live. I took a desert dune drive, watched the city lights rise like a distant constellation. The skyline danced with light shows. I laughed at the extravagance. Quiet fort spice markets whispering of older Dubai. That contrast, hyper-modern versus ancient desert, stayed with me. It taught me to love extremes and to seek wonder everywhere I go. Sydney greeted me with sun-glazed water, the opera sails shining like a smile. The harbor is a living postcard. Ferries, kayaks, people who treat the outdoors like worship bondis. Waves called my name. I spent mornings running the coastal walk, salt on my skin. I watched surfers ride perfect curls as the city hummed peacefully behind them. Bangkok hit me in the best possible way, loud, fragrant, and impossible to ignore. Temples glowed with gold and incense while neon signs buzzed just around the corner. I ate street food at twilight. Each bite exploded with chili, lime, and sweet umami joy. Markets moved like living organisms, vendors calling, bargaining, laughing, everything in motion. The city's chaotic charm made me feel alive, alert, and hungry for more experiences. I rode a longtail boat through canals and watched daily life, framed the river like a painting. Bangkok taught me that sensory overload can feel like coming home to your senses. I left with a notebook full of recipes, a spice-smeared shirt, and an open heart. Paris wrapped around me like a classic song, familiar and full of surprises. The Eiffel Tower shimmered against a cobalt sky. Cafes spilled warmth onto cobblestones. I wandered museums until my feet ached. Every painting felt like an intimate conversation. Pastries were small masterpieces. People lingered over espresso like it was sacred. There's romance here in the air, but also an intellectual hum that makes you think differently. A sunset picnic by the Seine taught me to savor slow moments in a fast world. Paris reminded me why beauty matters, and how museums can be maps to the soul. I left with a lighter step, and a head full of paintings I couldn't stop seeing. New York hit me with a skyline that promised anything was possible. Broadway lights, subway rhythms, food trucks on corners that never sleep. It's electric. Every neighborhood felt like its own country, a patchwork of languages and dreams. I caught a late show, wandered through parks, found music pouring from open doors. You know, the pace here makes you move faster, think bolder, take chances you wouldn't otherwise. There truly is something for everyone. Art, food, music, hustle, all wrapped together. New York taught me to be bold, to bet on myself in the chaos of possibility. I left more certain that adventure is often just one subway ride away. Tokyo balanced neon dreams with tranquil shrines in a way that stunned me daily. Shibuya Crossing felt like the heartbeat of a city moving with perfect choreography. I ate sushi from a tiny counter where chefs moved like poets crafting moments. Ancient temples peeked between skyscrapers, reminding me of continuity amid change. Efficiency here isn't cold, it's a choreography of respect and care for every moment. I rode spotless trains that whisked me across neighborhoods like scenes from different movies. Tokyo taught me that progress and tradition can be friends, not rivals. I left with a sharper attention to detail and a love for unexpected harmony. London felt like walking through a living history book with modern beats underneath. I passed royal landmarks paused in museums that hold whole civilization stories. Parks offered green sanctuaries. Markets buzzed with multicultural flavors and music. Neighborhoods changed block by block. 1 minute regal, the next vibrantly contemporary. Tea rooms, pubs, late-night curry houses taught me the city's delicious contradictions. The Thames flows like a timeline, connecting stories older than most countries. London reminded me that history can be worn proudly and still be wildly inventive. I left appreciating how past and present can coexist and make each other better. Rome felt like time folded into streets I could wander forever. The Colosseum rose like a monument to storytelling, every stone a chapter in a long tale. Piazzas invited me to sit, watch, eat until the sun softened the day's edges. I learned that Italian food is geography on a plate. Simple, bold, memorably honest. Each ruin whispered lessons about patience, endurance, what lasts beyond us. Wandering Rome made me slow down and listen to the way cities carry memory. Rome taught me that the past is a living guide to how we build our present. I left feeling rooted, oddly younger, charged by a city that never stops teaching. These 10 cities changed me in ways I couldn't predict. Some taught me courage, some taught me patience, and all taught me how to look at the world differently. I hope my stories sparked something in you, a plan, a dream, or even just a daydream. Travel doesn't have to be permanent, it just has to be honest. If one of these cities called to you, then that's your next chapter waiting. Which city moved you the most? Which city are you visiting next? Comment below, like and subscribe for more travel countdowns. I'll keep finding the places that change people and bringing them here for you. Full itineraries in the description.